Finally tonight, from the political drama to the traditional theatre. Model turned actress Jerry Hall is in Perth to play Mrs Robinson in The Graduate. She found fame as a muse to rock stars, but now she's treading her own path. I caught up with her between rehearsal at His Majesty's Theatre. Jerry Hall, why is Mrs Robinson the ultimate seductress, as you've described her previously?
Well, Mrs Robinson is... She's in a period in the sort of early 60s when it was a transition because of the birth control pill, women's revolution, sexual revolution, when women sort of changed, became more like predators. They started to get into the work, they started to be sexually free. I think it's a lot of men's sort of fantasy, the sort of coming of age story. An older woman seducing them. I'm sure a lot of men have had that fantasy. And when the film originally came out, it was quite an iconic film with Dustin Hoffman and Anne Bancroft, and it got everyone very excited.
Is the audience meant to like the Mrs Robinson character? Because you said before she's a complex woman, isn't she?
She is, and she's an alcoholic, and she's having inappropriate sex with her friend's younger son, who's half her age. I mean, yes, there's a lot of things about Mrs. Robinson which are very dark and unpleasant, but, in order to have empathy with the character, you have to sort of try to figure out why they're the way they are, Part of it is her frustration, whereas Benjamin has all this sort of disillusionment about the world. She does too. She ended up, getting pregnant, having to get married, giving up her career. So it's that whole kind of 50s thing where women had to follow a certain route, and Mrs. Robinson's very frustrated about it.
And can you imagine yourself dating a man 20 years younger than you?
Well, I've dated younger men, yes. They're, they have a lot of stamina, I suppose, but, they've got terrible taste in music.
Are they interesting to the older woman?
I think there's certain things that are interesting.
All right, now I have to ask you, because obviously we are in Australia about to potentially elect our first Australian female Prime Minister.
Yeah.
If power is the ultimate sort of turn-on or aphrodisiac, do you think that it means that we might make this sort of very political role a bit different by having a woman in there, an older woman?
I think that, as you say, power is the aphrodisiac, So I've heard so many men say how that when Mrs. Thatcher was Prime Minister, they thought she was really sexy, which is kind of strange.
You didn't see it like that?
But it is power that is attractive. I think, she's attractive, your Prime Minister, very attractive.
I wanted to just finish with the notion of being sort of sexy as women get older. How do you feel in yourself, say, compared to 20, 30 years ago? Do you think you become sexier as you do grow older?
Well, I think that, it's confidence that makes you attractive always, I suppose it's how you see yourself. Some women, mind aging a lot. They lose their confidence, and others, seem to blossom and enjoy it. I'm very happy with aging, which is quite lucky, as I have no alternative.
I suppose we don't.
But no.
But people spend a lot of money, don't they? Delaying the process.
But I think that's silly, because then they scare young children,
And you did say that you loved being here. Why do you love Perth?
Well, everyone's so friendly. It's a beautiful city. The weather is amazing. I can't believe this is your winter. And also, I think that, the actors and actresses here are wonderful, very intelligent. It's very exciting to work with them. And it's a beautiful theatre. I couldn't ask for more.
Fantastic. Well, Jerry Hall, thanks for your time.
Thank you.